message even louder before we go in there. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna march in there. There's someone in there who's going to receive the letters. I'm gonna make the same speech I just made. I'm gonna read the letter and then I'm gonna thank them for receiving this from us and to delivering them to the rest of the DNR. Great, are you guys ready? And just to make sure if we can have one person stay outside to watch this stuff. Thank you.
Hey, what's up everybody? We're here in St. Paul, Minnesota, outside the Department of National Resources, DNR. See the land back. Banner going up.
Do you want it with the box, Andy, or just is this fine?
I think the box is fine. Whatever you like, whatever you prefer, honestly.
Can you?
Okay.
So what's going on right now? Can you tell us?
Yeah, so we have gathered on behalf of Joye Braun, the National Day of Action, and we are going to go into the DNR. We've written some letters that we want to hand deliver. We left our contact information so they can get back to us, but the DNR helped Enbridge with the construction of Line 3, and the construction of Line 3 caused so much damage with the aquifer breaches and the frack outs that they've already poisoned our water. And so since the DNR get paid to conserve our natural resources, we want to call them out for helping to destroy them.
All right. Well, we're going to follow you in.
Awesome. You guys ready? Woo!
We're ready.
Right. Coming down here.
Should we do a little chanting? I'm gonna say, what do we want? Clean water! What do we want?
Clean water!
What do we want?
Clean water!
What do we want?
Clean water!
We want our natural resources to be protected. What do we want?
Clean water!
People over profit!
People over profit! People over profit!
Ready? They locked it on us!
Oh my gosh!
They locked it on us! What is this? Bad behavior! How do we hold them accountable? We just wanted to deliver some letters in a nice, peaceful way. I mean, does that mean the next time we're going to have to do something bigger to get their attention? It's shows who they work for, and it's not the people
in front of the door.
So it looks like the DNR has locked the door. So they're going to deliver letters. They have in the past, and this time they decided to lock the doors.
Maybe they'll come out.
Or maybe that's something.
You can call them.
Yeah.
Oh, good idea.
Phone
So it sounds like they're going to call.
You got the number?
phone them.
Hey, this is sassafras. What's up?
So they're locked out. Sounds like they're going to call them to see if they get the doors open. Try to deliver some letters. You can see that person holding some letters right here.
This is a democracy, you say. You shouldn't be shutting people's voice out.
So again, this is a Spark Joye Braun Day of Action. 2 years since the cancellation of the Keystone XL. I think there's 25 other actions happening across the world. There's an action in Germany as well in solidarity. And all the actions are different. This is what they're decided to organize here, was to write letters about the Line 5 also project they're trying to put through just east of where we're at in Wisconsin. The Bad River tribe is trying to resist that and get that pipeline out of the ground. And then here in Minnesota, they have the Line 3 pipeline that was put through after a really long just defense for the land. Ultimately, after millions and millions of dollars of police resources were put into play and many arrests, many violent, the pipeline was finally put in. But we actually got to talk to somebody who's been monitoring the aftermath of what it's causing to the land. But first, we're gonna see if we can get in here. I'm gonna go back in and see what's going on again. We're at the Department of Natural Resources in St. Paul, Minnesota, and it's a day of action, and we'll see what's going on.
And now we have the threat of the pipeline leaking. It could be leaking right now as we speak, and they don't even want to talk to us about that and how they were complicit in helping Enbridge build this pipeline that has caused so much havoc. So, I believe we have a few people who are calling the DNR to at least send someone out to receive us, to hear us, and to take these letters that we have written to them. We're here in a very peaceful manner, asking.
Here's our letters.
Here's our letters, you guys. We're here in a very peaceful manner. You know, they're complicit in possibly destroying our futures, and we just want to know how they're going to do their jobs in protecting and righting this wrong of damaging our water and our land and everything. And it's kind of awful that they're receiving us in this way. You know, we're the ones who have every right to be angry. We should be here in the thousands demanding accountability for why they allowed Enbridge to cause so much chaos. As I said before, Line 3 is going through nearly half of North America's freshwater. That's the last of Canada's oil flowing through Line 3. All that oil feeds China, so China
Hey, Jackie.
well, I think Lorenzo
Do you want to talk about
NDN
why you're here?
which is
Let's tell us about the project.
Hey, yeah, my name is Jackie, and I am a volunteer with Wadukawad Amikwag, and we are a group that is, we're all volunteers. We're a group that is monitoring the Line 393 post-construction. A lot of people think about the impacts from pipelines, you know, being the leaks, but there's a lot of impacts that happen from construction, and we've seen those really across Minnesota. And so our group is led by our Indigenous members, and we have scientists, we have drone experts, and we have a field team. And so what we do is we go out actually on the ground and monitor and document. We take photos, videos, we take water samples, we have meters in the field. We gather all of the information that the DNR and the MPCA should be doing. They're not doing their jobs, so we are out there doing the job because it needs attention. We're seeing a lot of impacts, and we want to hold Enbridge accountable, as well as the people who permitted Line 393. They need to be held accountable too, and that's the DNR and the MPCA.
And what are you finding as you monitor? Like, what are the things you're learning?
Yeah, so we have discovered aquifer breaches, and those result from they use sheet piling, these great big metal sheet piles that they pound into our wetlands, and they do that in order so that they can de-water the area enough to lay a pipe. Unfortunately, they when they pound those into the ground, they have ruptured multiple aquifers across Minnesota, and so those then breach, and water is rising to the surface. It's to see it firsthand it's beautiful, incredible, millennial-old water, but it is not supposed to be rising to the ground or rising to the surface, and it changes the chemistry of a wetland when you have massive amounts of aquifer water leaching into a wetland. And so we see impacts. We see impacts from the breached aquifers. As well, we see impacts. They've used silt fencing all across the line to try to control erosion, and that's a major puts major impact on all the critters that are trying to move about the landscape. We have witnessed frackouts. I personally have been to 39 different sites across the pipeline, and once in a great while we might start to see some healing of landscapes, but for the most part we see issues, and we feel really strongly that folks be accountable for those. They were things we were told would not happen, and it's happening all across the line.
And then where can people watch or learn more about this? You said you have a YouTube page?
Yeah, so we have a YouTube channel, and you can find that under Wadukawad Amikwag. There's all kinds of great information. We have info on our drone footage, and different interviews with a number of folks that from our team, and really encourage folks to start there. So,
all right, well, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, you take care.
And let's hold the DNR accountable.
Well, they locked us out, so.
I know. What does that say right there? Like, that's kind of how I feel as a citizen. You know, it's like, hey, we want to work with you. You know, we actually are here to work with you.
And they locked the door.
And they shut the door on us. So, but anyway, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That was great. Thank you. It was so informative. So.
Since Governor Walz's agencies approved the permits for the toxic cardboard.
Hi. Never mind. Is Andy on the phone with them?
I am, yeah.
Is it okay if I film you?
Sure.
Right.
We're on hold with the DNR right now.
They're open. Fine for their hours.
Not
I'll give it a try.
but all of those on the land that are reversible.
No. Okay. That's
The
good enough.
construction on Enbridge's line. To be honest,
I'm going to step up back here a second. You can see again, this is a national day of action. International. I guess it's one action happening in Germany. If you've been watching what's going on in Germany too, there's been a mass mobilization against an expanding coal mine that's destroying villages around it, destroying some of the last old growth forests in Germany every day, and people have been defending that land now for I think years, multiple. I want to say I don't know exactly how many years, but years. I spent some time there. A really beautiful forest. Greta Thunberg was arrested there recently. And other land defense news too. There was a land defense going on in Atlanta. The Atlanta forest, the Stop Cop City, hashtag Stop Cop City. Police actually killed a land defender, a forest defender. So it's really sad news for the movement as people try to defend land, and the authorities continue to organize to, I guess, transform it through extraction and what's the word they use? Development, by destroying the land as it looks and pulling out its resources. And people are defending that, resisting it, and being arrested, now losing their life trying to defend the land for the future. And we're here in memory of Joye Braun, who was doing that work for decades, recently passed. But this is a day of action. Again, 25 actions right now to uphold Joye's name. Here in Minnesota, we're trying to deliver letters to the DNR. People have said that they were received really nicely before, and are kind of shocked that this time the door's locked and they can't actually go into DNR and talk to them. And so we're just going to sit out here. We're going to be live for a little bit longer. I'm going to try to speak to Gina again, see how they feel about it. We do have multiple people who are making phone calls. And again, you can't see me. I apologize. I'm just kind of behind the camera right now. But who are making phone calls, trying to get a hold of the DNR inside, figure out what's going on, why they're not letting them in. Oh. And someone else has tried. I thought maybe they'd open it. So again, the fights that are going on here in Minnesota, there's a lot of them around land defense. The Stop Line 3 fight, even though the pipeline's on the ground, people are still organizing around it. We spoke to some people who are monitoring the line to make sure that to do the work that some of the DNR is not doing to catalog the breaches and how the effects of the leaching is doing on the local land. And then also people here are aware of the Line 5 fight, which is in Wisconsin, so-called right next to Minnesota. which has a pipeline that goes underneath the like, I want to say Superior, like I might get that wrong. The Straits of Mackinac, this really vibrant area, but also a big shipping area, and this pipeline is like not supported, sitting on the bottom, and they want it out. They want the pipeline to stop, and they just have refused and keep pumping oil, and so there's organizing going on around that. And yeah, let's go learn more. Thanks again for being here.
Yes, did it.
So what happened? What's going on?
So we came in a peaceful manner to deliver a letter to the Minnesota DNR, and they locked us out. So our taxpayer money pays for their salaries, and we pay for this building, and it's open to the public. And instead of calling us protectors, they're calling us protesters and denying us in.
Is that they make like a statement why they were doing it? Why they weren't letting you in, or is that?
No, we had several people call in to see if we were able to get in, and they said, not as long as the protesters are out there, they're not going to open the doors.
Oh my gosh, they are doing it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's okay. Thank you. I'll probably talk to you in a little bit.
Okay.
Andy, I know. Is there any way you want to talk about Line 5 a little bit so people can learn about it?
I can talk a little bit about Line.
Yeah, just where it's at, what's going on, the history.
Sure. One of the reasons we were doing postcards today is that President Biden, because of the Line 5 pipeline, which has two different projects going on at two different points, right? In northern Wisconsin, Enbridge has applied essentially to reroute the Line 5 pipeline around the Bad River Reservation, very close to the reservation on three sides, which is being opposed by the Bad River Band. So that project is under review right now, and we're here to say that's a bad project. What needs to happen is Line 5 needs to be shut down, not rebuilt in a new place. This is, again, 2023. We don't need to be investing more in these toxic Canadian oil pipelines. We need to be investing in the solutions. Same thing in northern Michigan, at the Straits of Mackinac. Enbridge currently is running that line in a very dangerous location, essentially through open water where it's lying on the bottom of the Straits of Mackinac between Great Lakes. What Enbridge has proposed is not to do the right thing, which would be shutting down that pipeline entirely, but they've proposed to build a tunnel, an actual tunnel, like big enough to walk through, underneath the Straits of Mackinac, and to put an oil pipeline in that tunnel, taking up much of the space. So that's a very expensive, very destructive project, locks us in to there being a pipeline there under the Straits for many decades to come to even pay back that construction cost. And it's obviously the wrong choice if what we're intending to do is get off of oil, which is what we need to do. So that's why we're calling on President Biden, declare a climate emergency, throw the weight of the federal government and the places where your administration has discretion, has the ability to make choices at the executive branch, throw that behind the solutions. Stand with the Bad River Band. Stand with the governor of Michigan. A lot of the state leadership of Michigan opposes Enbridge's tunnel project and has already ordered Michigan to shut down the Line 5 pipeline, or already ordered Enbridge to shut down the Line 5 pipeline. So stand with them. That's what we're asking.
Well, thanks for that info, and thanks for talking to me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I don't think they're going to open the door. We'll put the camera up here for a little bit. The Minnesota DNR. Doors are locked. I'm gonna stay live for a little bit longer. I'm gonna probably speak to Gina one more time, but this is probably what's gonna happen for the rest of the time we're here. So I don't know. Did you want to talk about Leonard Peltier? You had mentioned something about Leonard Peltier.
Well, I did. I don't know who does this go to?
The NDN Collective? NDN Collective?
I know that Nick Estes has put stuff out. I just don't know.
Okay, don't worry about it.
I'm interested, but I don't know how much Colleen wants me to do. I went up to
Yeah, so it's all good. Don't worry about it. Somebody was speaking about Leonard Peltier, so I was just wondering if we wanted to hear about that. Again, that's an ongoing clemency claim we're trying to get through. This free a relative has been, this is the longest political prisoner in the United States history, needlessly.
I can't help you in.
All right.
There's a...
let's pull out for a second. And then I'm going to try to talk to Gina one more time. I think I'm going to take the feed down. Again, we just wanted to show you that these actions are happening across the country. Hopefully, just in solidarity with Joye Braun, the memory of Joye Braun, the family of Joye Braun, her relative who passed away, who has been the front lines of many, many extraction fights, defenses against for the land, for the water, for the future generations, and sadly passed. But we want to, uphold Joye's name and come here and let's do something. And this is what folks wanted to do, and then it didn't work out. At least I think they're going to mail the letters in, but they wanted to deliver them to the front desk. They had mentioned that they were allowed to go in before. There's a Blackhawk. I was going to film the Blackhawk. I think it was an airport nearby. That's kind of how it is, I guess. So let me. I'm going to try to get this interview. Oh, they're letting everyone up there. Everyone. So somebody was let in up there. They might have worked there. Nobody ran and got the door. Anyway, so they're up there. Could have got, knocked. Walked in real polite.
Who's not spotted yet?
Oh, yeah. Everyone spotted it, but it was a little. Do you want to just kind of like talk about the day of the action and what people can do sort of to be involved?
Yeah, so here, do you mind if I read the letter that we had ready?
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
Okay.
Call our fish buddy.
Huh?
Call your fish buddy.
He's at a funeral in Texas. I am going to read the letter that we made letters to present to the employees of the DNR and to the DNR Commissioner Serna, since they do get paid to protect the water and they blatantly did not do their job. And then of course there was space on it that people could write their own comments, and then we were encouraging to the contact information so the DNR can get back to people regarding their concerns. So the letter reads, to all DNR employees, the mission of the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources is to work with Minnesotans to conserve and manage the state's natural resources, to provide an outdoor recreation. Hi, babe. I'm on camera right now. Do you mind? No, it's okay.
Get the gloves back. I'm leaving right now.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. You're fine, hon. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Okay. Safe travels. Drink your water.
Take care. Thank you. Somebody's just getting it's cold out here. Getting gloves out. I guess.
Okay.
You can start over if you want.
Okay. So to all DNR employees, the mission of the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources is to work with Minnesotans to conserve and manage the state's natural resources, to provide outdoor recreation opportunities, and to provide for commercial uses of natural resources in a way that creates a sustainable way of life. Since Governor Walz approved of the permits for the toxic tar sands oil pipeline 3, now called 93, in December of 2020, it is apparent that the Minnesota DNR has failed drastically to uphold their mission. Enbridge Line 3 construction did permanent damage to the pristine waters of Minnesota. The construction of Line 3 decreased all quality of life, not only for those in Minnesota, but for all those on the land that our rivers flow through. The construction of Enbridge's Line 3 destroyed Minnesota's natural resources and has hindered so many outdoor recreation areas that it will affect Minnesota's economy that thrives off the outdoor recreation industry that makes up a substantial portion of state and national economies. There were so many ways the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources could have prevented Enbridge's poisonous destruction of our natural resources. Unfortunately, since the multiple frack outs and aquifer breaches Enbridge negligently caused with the construction of Line 3, we don't have to wait for an oil leak to devastate our natural resources. It's been up to volunteer concerned citizens to protect Minnesota's natural resources, resist the deadly fossil fuel pipeline, collect the evidence of the poisoned water and land, and hold those who caused so much destruction accountable. As living beings of this land, we all have an obligation, not just to those that work for the DNR, to protect all natural resources. Join water protectors in protecting all natural lands such as forests, wetlands, and native prairies, all wildlife, all plants and animal communities throughout the state. Join water protectors in holding Enbridge accountable. Join water protectors in demanding President Biden declare a climate emergency. Together we can heal and work towards a green new revolution. So again, we're here in honor of Joye Braun. Great thanks to People vs. Fossil Fuels for putting out the national call to action in honor of Joye Braun's. And it's her birthday today, and it's the 2-year anniversary of the ending of KXL, and it is the 2-year mark of the halfway point of Joe Biden's time in office. So as you all heard, the DNR was complicit in helping Enbridge cause all this damage. So we just wanted to show up today in honor of Joye, because Joye wants us to continue the fight against fossil fuels. Joye was such a great inspiration, so I want to thank Joye Braun and her family for all they're doing and all they're continuing to do to fight against fossil fuels.
Thank you. And, there's an action in Germany?
There's an action in Germany. That is so cool. Like that. Yes, I am so excited when I heard that. I was like, this is really nationwide.
Yeah.
You know, you got Greta Thunberg over there doing that, all that good work.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah, I was mentioned she got arrested recently.
Yeah, they detained her twice.
Oh really?
Yes, and I heard that they detained her twice, and I was like, I saw the footage of them carrying her away, and she just looked so proud. You know, it's pretty crazy how they criminalize people who want to protect the natural resources, but they don't want to criminalize Enbridge, who has caused so much destruction and havoc in our lives. So I could go on and on and on all day long. Mm-hmm. But you guys keep being active, keep fighting, keep demanding President Biden declare a climate emergency.
Somebody's coming out. Somebody's coming out.
Okay, hold on. Someone's gonna come out, I guess.
Guy.
Oh.
Down. Right there. He's over there.
Hold on, we're gonna wait 1 second. We're about to take the stream down, but it looks like someone might receive the letters, and if not, well, I think he's just walking them out.
Oh, he's walking out. He's walking the employee out. Should
Oh
we
my
walk
gosh.
over to him and give him the letters?
Alright, I think that.
Dina, I have an update for you.
Can we hear it on camera?
Sure, you can hear it on camera. I talked with the Department of Natural Resources staff on the phone just now, on their central phone line. They say they sent a message to the social media account of People vs. Fossil Fuels explaining that due to us they have closed the building. They're not willing to follow up with anybody out here. I offered to make sure that they were connected to somebody out here. They're unwilling to speak with anybody. They said their only communication is going to be one way, and that's the post that they sent to People vs. Fossil Fuels. I said I don't think anybody out here has access to that particular account today. There's a lot of different organizations. There are lots of ways you could write. They said they're not interested in that. As far as they're concerned, they've done enough. And the building will remain closed. So that's what the DNR just told us today.
All right.
Yep. So
well, thanks for the update.
Real good public communication from an agency.
To a social media account that isn't here.
A social media account out of state, absolutely. And not interacting with
the people in front who are actually
here, so.
part of the citizenship.
Absolutely.
So called citizens of
Yep.
Minnesota.
Yep. During business hours.
Amazing.
The sign on the door says that it is open. So, yep. That's what I know. Not to us.
Well, thanks again for talking to me, everybody. Here we are.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Look at that. Thank you.
Oh, it looks like they gave the letters to this person who's going to be taking them in.
I believe he's the building manager.
I'm going to walk over. And they're going to... So letters were handed off.
Building manager. Hi. Yes, we have.
Yeah, we just wanted to go in and peacefully deliver those letters to you, actually, to hand to Salish County Commission. You know, Department of Natural Resources. You guys get paid to protect our natural resources, yet you guys aren't doing your job. I mean, why are we paying taxes? I mean,
That's not my role. So.
Well, you are a person who depends on our natural resources. You don't have to get paid to be
protector of natural resources. You drink water, you know, you should be out here with us trying to protect these natural resources, not helping destroy them, you know.
So there.
When there's no more clean water to drink, people are going to remember your face.
All right, so it looks like the letters were handed off to the building manager who's going to deliver them inside.
Building manager! Talk to him, he's letting people in.
I need to get a boat cab.
That's all we wanted.
We're the actual true patriots of this country. We protect the water. Unlike you, everyone is
All right, I'm gonna take the feed down. We're gonna be sitting out here for a while. They're not gonna come out. And that wasn't even the building manager. I think was like, I don't know. It was just like walking somebody out, I guess. And then somebody handed in the letters, and they were talking to him. I guess I spoke to him before. And you can see there's a police officer holding the door. I don't know if you can see him. Not sure if there usually is police officers in the DNR. Not my wheelhouse of knowledge, I guess. But we're going to go ahead and call this the feed. Again, I'm Lorenzo Serna. I'm the Director of Tactical Media here at the NDN Collective. Big ups to the whole Tactical Media team. Everyone's kind of following along online. Thanks for being here. We're going to end the feed on this really sweet... There is food here. If you'd come, you got the food. Real awesome. Me, love you food. Again, in solidarity with Joye Braun, Spark Joy. I think you see it says DNR, do not resuscitate pipelines. There's a lot of history around the Line 3 pipeline if you want to look into it. I can't really... It'd take a long time, but it was a long fight. Lots of people saying no. It's, of course, the businesses saying yes, and the money was what they went with. Not the people or the land or the water or the animals. But thanks for joining us again. We'll just keep following us. We're going to be live in some different places. We just want to be here, uplift the actions going on across the country to uplift Joye Braun's memory. Actions to defend the land, defend the water, defend the future, defend everything for the future. You know how it goes. Again, my name is Lorenzo Serna. Much respect for all you out there doing the work you're doing, and we'll talk soon. Have a wonderful day.